the Director of Ceremonies, the First Lady, Dr. Mnangagwa, the Vice President, Honorable General Retired Dr. C.G.D.N. Chiwenga and Amai Chiwenga, the Vice President, Honorable Colonel Retired K.C.D. Moadi, the Minister of Defense and Chairman of ZANU-PF, Honorable O.C.Z. Mchinguri Kashiri, the Minister of State for Harare Metropolitan Province, Honorable Charles Z. Tawengwa, the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Advocate J.F.N. Mudenda, the President of the Senate, Honorable Amai M.M. Chinomona, the Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Luke Malava, Honorable Ministers and Deputy Ministers who are here, members of the Politburo and Central Committee of the ruling party who are here, and other members of other political parties who are here, the Chief Secretary to the President and Cabinet, Dr. Martin Rushwaya, Chairman of the Public Service Commission, Dr. Vincent Ungwe, Commander Defence Forces, General Philip V. Svanda, Commander Zimbabwe National Army, Lieutenant General Matatu, Commander Air Force of Zimbabwe, Air Marshal Zede, Commissioner General, Zimbabwe Republic Police, Commissioner Mtamba, Commissioner General, Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services, Commissioner Chovu, Director General, President's Department, Dr. Mangwanya. Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, madzimambe edu muri pano, ndinokuremekedzai, senior government officials who are here, veterans of the liberation struggle, His Worship the Mayor of Harare, Councillor J. Mafume, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, comrades and friends. It is with a great sense of pride and honor that I address you on this occasion, marking the 45th Zimbabwe Defence Forces Day. This event comes after our Heroes' Day commemorations held yesterday in honor of the gallant sons and daughters who helped liberate our motherland, Zimbabwe, from the yoke of colonialism. On this occasion, we salute and celebrate the Zimbabwe Defence Forces for their commendable work of safeguarding and protecting the independence, sovereignty, and territorial integrity of our great motherland, Zimbabwe. Further, we acknowledge and remember the men and women who formed the nucleus of the Zimbabwe Defence Forces in 1980, who were largely drawn from Zimbabwe African National Liberation Army, ZANLA, and the Zimbabwe People's Revolutionary Army, ZIPRA. The past 45 years have seen officers, men and women, emerging, many of whom were born after our independence. Meanwhile, our national security apparatus continues to change and adapt. This is also in response to the contemporary national and global security and economic aspirations of our people. The Defense Force is indeed in a new epoch. As we look in the future, you, the officers, men and women who now constitute the Zimbabwe Defence Forces, must never forget that journey to independence, sovereignty, peace and unity which we are enjoying today. The agonizing suffering afflicted by the brutal racist colonial regime and protracted war of liberation is etched in our national memory. The people of our country were subjected to oppression, segregation, and displacement from our motherland. Likewise, nationalists and freedom fighters endured treacherous environments and situations, including fighting many battles, detention, imprisonment and restrictions. Many died in the ruthless massacres, while others lie in marked and unmarked graves here to home and within the region. Our rich liberational heritage must, therefore, embolden you as the current crop of the Defense Forces to remain a formidable, dependable, and disciplined force. You remain beacons of our nation's peace, our security, and socio-economic development. This is well stated in this year's commemoration theme, which says, and I quote, Zimbabwe Defence Forces guaranteeing peace and stability for the attainment of Vision 2030, end of quote. Comrades and friends, the fast-paced and multi-pronged global developments require that the Zimbabwe Defence Forces spreads beyond the traditional role of defending our national sovereignty and territorial integrity from external military threats. I, therefore, challenge the Defence Forces to continue increasing their capabilities around a wider range of threats that relate to economic instability, climate change, cyber attacks, pandemics, and terrorism. In this spirit, I applaud the various initiatives being undertaken by our forces to provide military aid to civil power. This includes activities with regards to border control and the combating of drug and substance abuse. The role of ZDF in addressing climate change and disaster preparedness is worthy commendation. During the last rain season, the involvement of our forces in the search and rescue operations to assist the villagers affected by floods brought speedy relief to the affected communities. These included in areas such as Ada Sanyati, Sebakwe and Gokwe, Ngomauru Mountain in Domboshava, and at the confluence Runde Tokwe rivers in Itokwe Mukosi. The logistical support in the airlifting of stranded persons, as well as the distribution of grain to affected communities, ensures that no individual or family dies from hunger. Well done, our armed forces. My fellow citizen Zimbabweans, Zimbabwe is a friend to all and an enemy to none. However, as an independent sovereign country, we will never sacrifice our legitimate rights and interests or our peace and security. Colonial oppression and liberation struggle exposed us to brutality and suffering that can result from war and conflict. Zimbabwe's commitment to national, regional, and continental peace, as well as to a peaceful international order, anchored on the equality of nations, is therefore unshakable. We continue to work for the peaceful resolution of international disputes and to support the SADC, African Union, and the United Nations initiatives in this regard.